Records law evidence keeps flooding out in the case, and some of it isn't even directly related to the shooting, like the tape of a woman known as witness number 9 who claims Zimmerman molested her for a decade.
It started when I was 6. He's about almost 2 years older than I am. He would reach under the blankets and try to do things, and I would try to push him off, but he was bigger and stronger and older.
Well, Jean Casares is a correspondent for True TV's In Session. And Jean, prosecutors released this evidence under Florida's Sunshine Law, but it's so interesting. Do they get to cherry pick what they release? This is very damaging, if not as relates to the facts of the case, certainly to the character of George Zimmerman.
Sure, because there's a potential jury pool that's out there listening to everything. Yeah. You know, this was an anonymous phone call originally from this girl that the defense confirms is a cousin of George Zimmerman. And then there was a second call the next day, and the prosecution got it. They give it to the defense, and it can be released. That's right. It is public. And her first call was that the entire family is racist. The second call said that George, beginning at age 8, molested her when everybody was there. The whole family was there. So she's really implicating much more than George Zimmerman.
Absolutely. And, you know, the defense clearly wanted this evidence blocked. Zimmerman denying the abuse allegation. Here's what his lawyer told our Piers Morgan. Listen.
My frustration is that they're absolutely not relevant to anything that is at hand in the true case. They're not admissible. They're not going to get it into a courtroom, nor will they get before a judge in any way. So the frustration that I have is these allegations, which George contends are untrue. Now we need to spend our resources and time rebutting them.
I mean, O'Mara really does have a point here. What do the molestation accusations have to do with Zimmerman shooting Trayvon Martin, and why is this being released?
It's being released because it can be released, right? Because just as what you were saying, the Sunshine Law. But the thing is, this case is a case where George Zimmerman will have to take the stand, everybody believes, because it's his mind, his state of mind. Did he believe he was going to die at that moment at the hands of Trayvon Martin? And so then the prosecution in a rebuttal case would say the door has been opened to bring in this evidence that shows that he is a manipulator, as the family attorney has said, prone to violence. But it's all in the hands of the judge, because if it's too prejudicial, even if it's remotely relevant, the jury won't hear it at all.
Sure, and you know, witness number 9 did say something else that could potentially figure into the argument concerning the Trayvon Martin shooting, and that was whether it was racially motivated. Listen to these allegations.
I was afraid that he had done something because the kid was black. Okay. Because growing up, they've always made, him and his family have always made statements that they don't like black people if they don't act like white people.
Now, this tape came out, Jean, just days after the FBI concludes Zimmerman is no racist, and the FBI determining that through its own investigation. The timing of this, the unchallenged allegations, what do you read into that?
Think about it, that the family doesn't like black people unless they react like white people. Well, first of all, his mother is Peruvian. She's from Peru. His mother and father have an interracial marriage. He is half Hispanic. He speaks Spanish. So they're saying they don't like black people unless they act like white people. That's talking against the Peruvian also, that's so much a part of his culture.
Right. And it's fascinating, even if they do bring this woman on, even if prosecutors bring this woman on as sort of a character witness, my sense is the defense would really go into her in terms of these allegations that may not even be provable.
Yeah, and there has to be some credence to it. There has to be some corroboration, because anybody can say anything. But what this shows is it's going to be a fight. This case is going to be dirty. This case is really going to go everywhere it can go, and much of it may not hit the courtroom at all. And this reminds me, in a sense, of the Casey Anthony trial. What did we hear about George Anthony in relation to Casey Anthony?
Absolutely. All the twists and turns that the public is aware of, but that never, in fact, come up during the actual trial. Jean Casares, thank you so much.
You're welcome.